Welcome to AIL 606 Software Technology. I'm Dr. Angela Benson and I will be your instructor for this course. This is a fully online course hosted here in Blackboard. We will also host synchronous sessions in Zoom, and I will provide you a link so that you can access that space. What I'd like to do in this initial video is to provide you an overview of the course. I will follow this video up with more detailed videos on the assignments that you have to complete in the course. So let's start by looking at the syllabus. I am not going to go over everything on the syllabus. I will leave you to do that. I will focus in on a couple of key things. First, the focus for this course for summer 2017 is mobile learning. The course provides an introduction to mobile learning in different educational settings. During this class, you're going to look at mobile learning in the classroom, as well as you're going to spend some time designing a mobile application. You shouldn't be concerned about this if you don't have coding skills. That's fine. We're going to look at some, what you see is what you get editors that you can use for designing mobile apps. And for those of you who want to stretch yourselves a bit and look at some coding, we're going to provide some tools for you to do that as well. There are no textbooks required for this class, though there will be some readings, as you'll see later. The best way to get at I think, the learning outcomes, rather than just listing them, is to go down and look at your exams and assignments. This class is really, if you look at your objectives, they're around 4 topics. One is an introduction to mobile learning. Exactly what is it, and how does it differ from just online learning? And how are we using it today? What are some options for using it? We're going to spend 2 weeks just familiarizing ourselves with what mobile learning is. During those 2 weeks, we're going to complete two mini courses by Intel. And with each one of those mini courses, you are going to have to complete an action plan. You will have details with which to do that. At the end of the 2 weeks, or sometime during that last week, we're going to hold a synchronous session to give you a chance to ask some questions and for us to draw some things together. This will be an optional session. If you can't make it, it will not be held against you. The next thing that we're going to look at are mobile learning design principles and then tools for app development. We're going to create a mobile learning design principles wiki, and each student in the class will be asked to create a wiki page where they will add design principles to the wiki. Likewise, we will have an app development tools wiki. Each student in the class will be assigned to evaluate 4 app development tools. You will post the apps that you develop during your evaluation process and your evaluation to the app development tools wiki. At the end of this 3-week period, we will have another synchronous session, another optional synchronous session. Then we will move on to mobile app development. I'm going to ask you to create for me a project proposal so that I can understand what it is you're designing for in your mobile app, and then you're going to have to develop the app itself. You don't have to put the app in the App Store, as long as you can have a prototype that I can view via my smart device, via my mobile device, and that your classmates can view. We're fine. We're going to have some evaluation activities. We're going to have a synchronous session where we will take some time for everybody to play a little bit with everybody's apps and to give them some feedback. I'm not asking you to create a formative evaluation instrument or anything of that nature. You're just going to play around with the apps and provide some feedback. But I do want you to write an evaluation report, and when I go into the details of the assignments, I will go into more detail on all of that. This course has 1,000 points. 900 points or more gets you an A. I fully expect everybody in this class to make an A. The only way that you don't make an A is that you don't do the work, which makes sense. What I have is, if you look at the course homepage, I have this course overview video, and then I will have videos for each of the major topics of your assignments. And in those videos, I will describe in detail what my expectations are for those activities, or point you to the text that shows you where those are. I also have two links on the home page to Microsoft Office 365 and Adobe Creative Cloud. The University of Alabama provides access for UA students to download this software free of charge. This is a major gift from the university to you. If you don't have Microsoft Office 365, I advise you to select this link and go download it. If you don't have Adobe Creative Cloud, and I'm telling you, it's every Adobe product. I just could not believe it. You need to go and download it. I just think this is one of the best things that the university provides for us. Now, what I'm doing wrong is I'm looking at my view of the course instead of your view. So I'm going to go now to your view. So your view has your syllabus, your videos, and your two software that you can download. Let's look over here at your navigation panel. If there is anything that I need to tell you during the course, I'm going to send you an email and also post it as an announcement. So every time you come into the course, I suggest that you select announcements to see if there's anything new there that you haven't seen before. If you want to get in touch with me, I recommend that you use this send email link. This will send your email directly to my mailbox, but it will also put a prefix on it so that I'll know that it comes from this class. There's also a link to your assignments page. I'm not going to go over these in detail right now, but because I'm going to do that in the other videos. But I've walked you through what those assignments were when we looked at the syllabus. There's also a discussion board associated with this particular course. We have a coffee house where you can talk among yourselves. We have a main forum where you can ask questions of me. And I want to encourage you all to do this just so that, because what tends to happen is one person will send me an email with a question, and then I'll just have to send the answer to everybody, because if one person has a question, you can rest assured that everybody does. So if you click on this main, you can see where you can subscribe to it. If you subscribe to it, you'll get all the posts that everybody makes to this forum sent to your mailbox. When you get ready to make a post, you just create your post. There's also a forum for your mobile learning lesson plans and for your peer feedback. I will talk more in detail about those when I talk about those specific assignments. There's also a link to a wiki. I talked before about your app development tools wiki. Here is that wiki. And your mobile learning design principles wiki. Here's that wiki. I will talk more about those when we look at those specific assignments. If you want to know what your grades are in this class, you click on My Grades. Typically, if I have any feedback, you will see my feedback show up here. If there is a rubric, you need to click on the rubric and look at the feedback in the rubric, as well as any other feedback that I have here. But all your feedback will show up in this area. Okay, I have a link to two things here that I want to talk about. One is a link to Blackboard Mobile Learn. Now, that means that there is an app for Android and for Apple that you can install on your smart devices and be able to access Blackboard Learn from your tablet or from your phone. So if you select that Blackboard Mobile Learn link, it'll take you to this page, and there it says download and install the app. So it gives you instructions for doing that. And then this is just a little tutorial to walk you through what all you can do in Blackboard Learn from the app. There's also a link to Zoom mobile apps. So Zoom is what we're going to be using for our synchronous sessions. And so what you can do is you can, here we go, Zoom mobile app. Put in your phone number, it'll send you a link so that you can download it. So that's what I want you to remind you of. I think that's all I want to talk about in this overview. Let me go back to the main page. Here's the main page. That's all I want to talk about for now. So I'm going to end this video, and then I'm going to create a video for each of your major topic areas in your assignment.